Hey. Hey.
What's up? Not a bad place to be.
Well, welcome to the spot.
I'm sorry.
So it's alright.
I just knew you really wanted to clean the bathroom.
I'm Consuela of the gym, the housekeeper. This is why I train. See this bicep?
The fuck, Jack! Half own your shit, half primal flow.
Awesome. Have fun.
Thank you. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Alright. I love you. Thanks.
LA on Tuesday, bitch! And 15 minutes is game time! Oh, yeah. No. Nice to meet you. How are you? Welcome. Great to see you again. Hi. How are you? Great to see you.
You start feeling really stressed, man.
Hi. How are you? Nice to meet you, Danielle.
Dude, your jawline. Holy shit. Wow.
And if you would like, I welcome you to grab a bag.
Sure.
You don't have to say. No, I just wanted them to grab. Sit down, talk.
Danielle, thank you. Here's the eyes on her.
Awesome. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. So I'm really, really freaking excited. So the way this is gonna work, you'll grab a bag, there's some water in there, and we're gonna spend about the first 45 minutes to an hour talking through really what does it mean to own your shit, what does it mean to live a primal lifestyle, and why is it important, and how when we walk out those doors do we ensure that we still remember everything that we talked about today, because that's a big key. Air conditioning treatment.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah, I don't know, I might like that.
You guys open our circle.
Yeah. What? You can't sit with
In the
us.
circle.
The physical aspect of training is a very small piece, right? Have you all recognized that, especially working with somebody like Jared, who is really about the brain gains? Because that is where long-lasting success transformation really happens, is in the mind. So as I kind of developed, I became a strength and conditioning coach. So I work with the women's teams at Santa Fe College, which I love developing women. I'm also an animal flow specialist. So that's kind of where this idea came from. Has anybody ever heard of animal flow? Yeah, okay. My Own Your Shit workshop really came from wanting to see more people live the life, live their most authentic lives and stop living the life that other people were telling them to live. So what I'd like to say is we're gonna strengthen the relationship that you have with your earth suit, which is this thing on the outside, by strengthening the relationship you have with your soul, the thing living inside this earth suit. I think my biggest passion in general, besides moving and working out, is ending the epidemic of overthinking. Think about that for a second. The cure for the epidemic of overthinking: trust, intuition, play, silliness, presence, and zero expectations. So, right now, if you have expectations for what this workshop is gonna look like, throw them out. A couple things I hope you leave with: some deep truths and realizations that you've probably been avoiding. I want you to feel safe to really express yourself here, not be embarrassed of what comes up, because it's only gonna help you tap into that most primal self. I thought this was a really great place to start. I already forgot questions. Okay, what am I hoping to get out of this? Feel really good about some realizations that you make about yourself and that you implement them when you leave. And one word that I'm feeling right now is grateful. I'm good this way?
Yeah,
Cool with that?
I'm
Alright.
Jimmy. I just kind of wanted to come and learn more about what she does and move my body a little bit better. I'm kind
This
of
is
stiff.
Karina. What brought me here is that I want to learn how to relax more, how to listen to my body better, how to listen to my thoughts because of all my obsessive thinking, and hopefully help with my my anxiety too.
One of the tools I'm gonna need, because I've taken it multiple times, is I'm literally 1 point short of passing. I gotta stop overthinking. I feel really optimistic. I'm excited.
As you know, I'm Jared, or J-Rod, or the Crazy Trainer, all of the above. I love connection. I think all of you know that. Jimmy and I, we're new to each other, but that's something I'm very big on, is connecting on a real level. And I get to do that with all incredible people, in my opinion, and I just want you guys to be exposed and meet each other.
I wanted to come here. I didn't know really what to expect, but I'm very open to learning new things.
I wanted to come and be part of what I could in this. I've been on a learning journey for the last several years.
I have really bad anxiety and I have a problem not speaking up for myself and not doing for myself. So So I made it a thing this year to do new things and do things for myself and not feel so bad for doing something for myself.
Since coming to the training spot and meeting Jared, I've grown mentally, physically, and spiritually. It has helped me take a lot of steps in different ways that I never thought I would, because I was, what you said, an overthinker.
I'm Brian. I'm always gonna overthink. That's just who I am. I can't turn it off. I don't want to turn it off. I had the cheat ahead since I tried to
I came here because I am passionate about, I'm a theater kid. I grew up doing a lot of theater. In the last few years, I started realizing more that physicality put into theater, like the idea of the mindset that you need to like look a certain way, but more than aesthetics, I started to learn like a lot of theater is more about really being physically connected to the work.
He recently jumped out of a plane for some odd reason.
How much fun?
Yeah, it was. I felt like I was trapped in a box of like living life, doing the same thing every day, and kind of woke up like, I just need to change it. So I jumped out of a plane. I started working with my dude, Jared. As simple as that sounded, it really wasn't that simple.
My name is Erica. My husband dragged me here. When I found out what you talked about, what we're gonna kind of learn about today, I was like totally like more on board now.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk a little bit, telling the fly on the wall this because he likes football. So imagine you're at a football game and you're sitting in the stands and you're watching the players on the field. The person sitting in the stands is the witnesser, right? That is yourself, this deep knowing that you are a part of something greater than yourself. And then there's the players on the field. What are your thoughts? Sometimes they're like running into each other and tackling the shit out of each other. And sometimes they're collaborating and figuring out like what the best play is gonna be. A lot of times they're hitting each other and knocking each other over and sometimes picking each other back up and then shoving each other back down again, right? But you have the choice of whether you want to sit in the stands or be on the field. And a lot of us think that we're born on the field and that we're stuck on the field forever. And we're not. And hopefully by the end of today, you realize that you can pull yourself off the field. You don't need anybody's permission, not the coach, not your parents, not your loved ones. It's your choice whether you want to get out and sit in the stands and just observe what's happening on the field. Because I will tell you, as a former athlete and now as a coach to athletes, you learn a lot more when you're not on the field, when you can watch. You learn a lot more. You can see a lot more, a lot bigger perspective. All right, I'm gonna shut up. We're gonna get started. So you can take out your fancy packets. There should be a pen in every person's bag. And we're gonna start with this first page that's start where you are. So I want you to ask yourself some questions. Where am I now and where do I wanna be?
Clear some space, y'all.
Clear some space. Yeah, you can continue to write, like no rush. She's like, no, you can put your bag up against the wall wherever. Let it go. One more. In. Let it go. Okay. All right. So we're gonna play the spirit animal game. So I'm gonna call an animal, and this is where I really need you to let that inner child out. Whatever pops into your head, you're gonna do. We ready? Are we ready? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Because I'm fucking ready. Let me see a lion. Let me see an ant. Put your head down, Jared. What is this? I feel like there is or both. Okay, let me see a dolphin. That's my dolphin. Ooh, let's see an octopus. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, let me see. First, dragon first. That's my fire. That's my fire coming out. Yeah. Okay. I want to see Tigger.
How do you even get that?
Practices for primal living into practice. That made no sense, but you get it. Okay, we're gonna practice these things. So we're gonna start with awareness and presence. Can I use you as an example? With your partner, we're gonna start, and you can choose like how complicated you want this to be. So we're gonna toss each other the ball. All right, once you both catch it, step back. Okay, so if you wanna make it harder, some of you might have more hand-eye coordination at school, catch it with one. Cool, take a step back. All right, and you're gonna keep moving through it. If you wanna make it harder, now stand on one foot. A lot of pressure, okay. Don't hit me in the face either. I'd really appreciate not being hit in the face. Is that your thing? There you go, there you go. I like that one. Move into breathing and bracing. So one of the foundational movements of animal flow is called a beast. Ape, beast, and crab, which you'll see in the flow today. So we're gonna start with beast. So Jared, if you would please. So it's basically a tabletop position. Your wrists are gonna be right under your shoulders. All right, your knees are gonna be slightly either under your hips or slightly in front of your hips, and your knees are gonna be floating about an inch off the ground. Core is nice and tight. We're gonna grip the ground and twist like we're opening up a jar, so the backs of your elbows come forward. And then we wanna squeeze our lats. So we say apples, not applesauce. Oh, you sweaty. Breathe in, brace, breathe in, brace. Cool, keep that butt low, thank you. So if you notice, my hands are only moving one handprint in front of the other, and my feet are only gonna move one footprint. And I'm more so gliding than I am lifting and stepping. The tennis ball on the back. I know I saw y'all doing the cone drill. This is taking it up a notch.
Yeah, don't walk
cone drill on crack.
Jared.
So go ahead and walk forward. Oh, go. All right, so that's what you're gonna do with your partner.
Gee, I'm not
It's hard, it's hard. We got it, go. Keep your feet low to the ground. You got it. Let's go. You got it. Oh shit, you're not it.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you took a whole step. That's awesome. Look at it. That was so good. That was so good.
Oh, you should have seen me running fast.
And your goal is to knock this ball. Okay. Good deal. All right, I thought so. All right, so spread out. Nice job.
Oh, man.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Let me see those muscles get angry. And not smiling. Fight. Get him.
Round one.
Now I'm gonna beat my ass.
Go again.
Please, harder. Please, make the wow. You guys. Exhale to a half squat. Kind of turns us in a 180, so now we're facing a deep 8 in the back. Nice. Foot under our body to press back to deep 8. Somehow get back to where we started. Yes. Step. Right leg comes forward, replaces the right hand. Right hand becomes a claw. Good. Taking that right hand, we're going to reach back towards those toes, just a nice little hitch back. Good. Push back to deep 8. Yes! Oh, and y'all are ready. Yeah, please, thank you. That's what I was trying to get.
Is this for me?
Yes, that's yours.
Thank you, Belay.
A lot of people just can't.
Thank you, Belay.
Thank you, Belay.
First workshop.
Thank you, Belay. Go eat there.
Thank you, Bolay.
Thank you, Belay.
Thank you, Bolay.
Thank you, Bolay.
Gonna make it go with pack it
Gonna
with
be
me.
fire.
Stop is gonna be so cute. They're gonna be so happy.
I love you, Belay.
In the video, if I can't see you, they can't see you. Should I wait till the beat drops? That is perfect. Go ahead.